Gotta go, I'll see you in a couple days. Not knowing that was gonna be the last time I saw her.
More than a decade ago, a little girl went missing from New Mexico. Her sister has never given up finding her. For the first time in nearly 17 years after a breakthrough with the help of Facebook, the two sisters finally got to talk to each other. News 13's Crystal Gutierrez is in the Newsplex with more.
Dean, the once missing girl wants to come back, but it's not that easy. Now they'll have to wait even longer, and the older sister found out she won't be coming home alone.
Irene. Bien, ¿cómo estás?
It's a phone call Julie Garcia never imagined she would be making. On the other end of the line is her 21-year-old sister Irene. This is how Julie remembers her before Irene was abducted at the age of 4.
I clearly remember that morning. She was crying hysterically. Julie, I don't want to go with him.
When Julie and Irene's mother died in 1996, Julie got custody of Irene. A court order granted Irene's father visitation, despite Julie's concerns about her sister's safety.
He was going to take her and I was never going to see her again.
Julie dropped off her 4-year-old sister and said goodbye, promising they'd see each other soon.
I'll see you in a couple days. Not knowing that was going to be the last time I saw her.
17 years passed. Julie continuously talked to detectives. Irene's picture was listed with the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children. Julie knew Irene was somewhere in Zacatecas, Mexico, because she talked to her once, months after she was taken.
I mentioned her doll. She just cried, I want to go home. Come get me. I had no clue where she was at.
Julie never lost hope the two would talk again. Then, last month, detectives found Irene on Facebook. Days later, the sisters spoke to each other for the first time in nearly 17 years.
All I could do when I talked to her the first time was tell her, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know he was going to take you.
Now, it's not just Irene that Julie is trying to bring back home.
¿Y Lupita? ¿Cómo está Lupita?
Julie is an aunt.
¿Qué, mija?
Irene has 5 children, including 2 sets of twins. An immigration attorney in Santa Fe heard about the case.
You're living in the middle of an amazing story.
Jim Noble says despite the fact Irene was born in the U.S., her children are not. To get the entire family back, they have to prove she is Irene, and police will have to say she was a victim of a crime.
There's a good possibility that if everything works well, within the next few months, she could be here with her children.
Julie says Christmas will be waiting for them, no matter how long it takes.
And I told her, well, you were always with us because we always had you on our tree. But yeah, this is something that I put on my tree every year.
Jim Noble says the case might include DNA testing for the sisters and possibly getting permission from the fathers of Irene's children. Noble is willing to take on the case for free. However, there is also a $700 bill per person to the federal government that Irene's family will have to try and pay. Back to you.
Crystal, thank you. Police say it will be hard to prosecute Irene's father unless he comes back to the U.S.